Hola, yo soy Trino Trevino y les doy la bienvenida al Club Tesoro.
Awesome. So, well, just to introduce you, and if people don't know who James Hype is right now, and maybe they are living under a rock, you're a DJ, a producer, and born in the UK, right?
That's right.
So, what got you into dance music? Because I'm seeing that you were born in Wirral. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what was the scene like over there, and what got you into dance music?
Well, where I grew up, the nearest city was Liverpool, which is like 10 minutes away from where I grew up. And as soon as I was old enough to go to the nightclubs in Liverpool, they were all playing house music and house and techno. And I was obsessed with it straight away. I was obsessed with what the DJ was doing behind the decks, and the music really sucked me in. This was before you could Shazam a tune on your mobile phone.
Sure.
And I was just going to the clubs, and I just couldn't wait to hear certain tunes that the DJ would play.
I mean, at that time, I mean, in the 90s, in the UK, there was a lot of like garage, music and industrial techno, and yeah, I don't know, like which were the artists that you were digging more at that time?
It's hard to say, man. Like Liverpool always had its own kind of sound. There was a lot of piano house music being played in Liverpool. And there was I remember there was this one club that I went to, which they played really underground stuff later on in the night. And at the time they were playing the kind of, I think it was early Axwell, things like that. There was a lot of European dance music being played.
Yeah, with a lot of soul, no? Because all of the stuff of Axwell at that time was very soulful.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then why did you have like this necessity to start to produce your tracks? Because not everyone that starts to play music creates music, but you do create music. So what got you into production as well?
Well, I DJ'd for a long time before making music, and I started trying to make music for my own DJ sets. And I was actually inspired by Amin Edge and Dance. Because they were making this super simplistic kind of G house music, they called it at the time, and they were taking the hip hop vocals and blending it with really simple 909 beats and Moog synths, and it sounded really easy to make. It's not easy to make, but I thought it was at the time, and that really inspired me. So I started trying to emulate what they were doing, and it turned into something completely different. But that's what inspired me to do it. And at the time, I was quite fortunate because I was DJing 6 nights out of 7. I was DJing a lot, so I was able to make something at home in the day and test it out in my DJ set and figure out what I needed to change.
Which is the best way possible, no? When you DJ, because
really
you have the feedback live from
exactly,
people. Yeah. And how do you feel more comfortable when you produce music? Do you use more software, or you are an analog guy, or how do you combine
software. I'm all software. I travel a lot at the moment, so everything's in my laptop, and I like it that way. If I go to somebody's studio and they have lots of hardware, I find it really exciting. Like, it's really cool to use, but the way I work, I feel everything's faster.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, nowadays there's a lot of DOS and a lot of programs that do it easily for you. So speaking about all your success in music, I mean, if people dig into your profiles in every DSP possible, you're pretty much trending in all stores right now, and your music is having such a success worldwide. And I mean, basically, if we track down more your breakthroughs, it started 2 years ago. I mean, you've been doing music for a long time now, but 2 years ago was one of your breakthrough moments. And I mean, it's obvious that it was also a hard part for the music industry worldwide, because there were no shows, no anything live was happening. But music was one of these things that kept us alive. No, so what do you think was so special for your music to become so successful at that moment, and that right now you're basically seeing the growth of it?
Well, through the pandemic, I managed to connect with a lot of people over the internet. There were a lot of people who'd never seen my DJ sets before, and I did so many DJ sets on YouTube and reached so many people from all parts of the world. And I think it just opened my eyes to what was possible within dance music, and it also made a lot of people aware of who I was. And when you combine that with releasing music, it's kind of like a perfect storm of things all at once.
For sure. I was just checking your EDC set from Vegas this year, and yeah, I mean, one of the things that I love is the video itself, the way it's filmed. It's very, very cool. And also, I'm seeing that you do play a lot of tracks when you are DJing. I mean, not every DJ plays that so many tracks on a DJ set. So, how did you find it to be your perfect way to present music when you're live? I mean, why do you feel more comfortable mixing that much tracks instead of just doing the traditional way that was like leaving one track, passing to another, and that's it?
Yeah, I've been a DJ a long time, so the way I DJ is sort of a progression of me getting bored of the conventional style of mixing and trying to make it more exciting. But also I'm very aware that in 2022 we've all got access to all the music in the world all the time. Like, you can go on your phone and listen to any song you want. So as a DJ, I feel like I need to give the people more than just the music. I feel like I need to add something to that and make it more of an experience than just listening to the music on Spotify.
For sure. I mean, and right now, I don't know any of my close friends or GA colleagues over here that don't love your track Ferrari, which is such an amazing track. I mean, me, myself, I've also been playing it a lot in parties and in nightclubs over here. And I mean, the track is very, very catchy. Miggy's voice is perfect inside the track. And how did you come up with this idea in particular of the track?
Well, I made the instrumental before we wrote the song on top of it. And the instrumental, it's got a sample in it from the old P. Diddy track, I Need a Girl Part 2, which is a track that I've always loved. And I was just playing around with it and put a really simple drum beat underneath it. And I was like, this is quite special, like something in this. And then I got together with Good Boys, Good Boys, who did Piece of Your Heart.
Yeah.
Producer. So I got together with those guys and Miggy De La Rosa, and we made a lot of songs together in 2019. We did a lot of studio sessions together, and this was maybe one of the first songs that we ever did was this. And yeah, and we just kind of lived with it for a long time, and nobody was sure if it was right or not. Nobody was sure if it was finished, and then eventually we just decided to release it, and everyone loved it.
No, yeah, I mean, and it's still growing and growing and growing every week. I mean, I'm seeing it played everywhere. So yeah, I'm very happy that you're having this success right now. And I mean, that now that you're able to play all around the world and playing a lot of festivals this summer, clubs, etc., how do you feel about about playing your music live again?
Well, I'm so excited to be able to play to people, and it's like you say, I'm playing to people in parts of the world that I've never played to before. Like, I love playing in the USA. I've recently been to Brazil. I've been to Uruguay. There's still so many parts of the world that I haven't been to, that I know love EDM and love dance music. So I'm so excited to go everywhere and experience the different cultures in every country. And it feels amazing going to a country that I've never been to before and seeing the people singing the words to Ferrari.
Yeah. I mean, that must be super crazy.
Yeah.
And of course, during this process of you touring around the world, you've been able to connect with a lot of other artists and DJs in the scene. So with whom would you like to collaborate in the future?
That's a good question. My favorite vocalist to have on a track would be The Weeknd.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
And my favorite producer to collab with, maybe Diplo.
Okay, yeah, another cool guy as well. And also, I would like to ask you, I speak with a lot of up-and-coming artists, well, producers and DJs over here in Latin America, and I would love to hear from you. What would be James Hype tips for them when they are starting their career, how to find their sound? And yeah, what have you discovered during your process as well?
What I've discovered is to be the most you can be. So be yourself as much as you possibly can be. And it's easy to copy other people. It's easy to look at another DJ and say, oh, he does that, that's why he's successful, so I'm going to do that. But the reality of it is, the only way you're going to be successful and be somebody different is by being yourself. And everybody is different already. Like, you're already very different to me, and I'm already very different to the next guy. So you need to focus on the differences in order to be somebody. Like, if you're a house producer from Latin America and you secretly love reggaeton, then put some of your reggaeton love into your house music, and all of a sudden you're going to have a different sound to all of these other guys who are making music that sounds the same, because everybody has access to the same tools. Everyone has access to the same sample packs. We can all make the same music already. So let's make something different. And that's what's going to make you stand out. And just keep doing it. Keep being consistent. It's going to take you a long, long time to get noticed.
Right. Oh yes, such an awesome tip for these guys, and yeah, for sure they'll appreciate your words.
Thank you.
Use them in their studio. And just to wrap it up, what other plans you have in terms of music? I mean, I've seen that you've been releasing remixes, of course, singles, etc. So what else do you have for this second half of the year in terms of your releases?
I've got a lot of underground releases coming very soon. I've got a tune that I've made called Helicopter, which I'm really excited to put out. And then I've got some more music that I'm going to be putting out on my own label, Stereo Hype, which I'm excited for. I'm working on the follow-up to Ferrari.
Awesome.
Which is hopefully it's a song that I've written with Miggy De La Rosa, which just trying to get it to a point where I feel like I can play it in my own DJ sets.
For sure. And I mean, you spoke about your label. Are you open for DJs or producers to send you demos? I mean, via Instagram or something like that?
Yeah. Music at stereohype.global.
Okay, cool. Yeah, people are gonna be very excited to send you a lot of stuff from over here. So for sure, there'll be something super cool. Well, thank you very much, James. It was such an honor to speak with you. I'm very excited of what you have in store. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep playing all your tracks, and
all right.
Happy to meet you soon in person.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
Esto es un episodio más de El Club Tesoro. Mi nombre es Trino Trevino y les agradezco una vez más a todos ustedes que nos escuchan en todas partes del mundo. Recuerden compartir el podcast si es que les gustó, para que se puedan suscribir más de sus amigos y podamos comentar mucho más sobre estos temas. Yo estoy en las redes sociales como @TrinoDJ, así me encuentran como TrinoDJ en Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube y SoundCloud. Así como también pueden visitar mi sitio web, que es www.trinodj.com, donde cada semana estoy subiendo artículos relacionados al mundo de la música, así como entrevistas y también los programas de radio, donde cada semana estreno mucha música. Una vez más, les agradezco. Espero puedan comentar este podcast con todos sus amigos y me dará mucho gusto saber de ustedes en las redes sociales. Nos escuchamos el siguiente episodio. Hasta pronto.